Hi, I'm Chief Martin from Hangar Deck Control.
Hi, I'm ADF2 Pierce.
Hi, my name is Airman Lee, and you're watching IKE ON.
And you're watching IKE ON.
You're watching IKE ON.
Namaste, Ike. As always, I'm your host, Petty Officer Michael Gendron, and welcome to another edition of IKE ON. So we've been out to sea on deployment for more than 3 months now, and after that long, tedium can start to kick in. That's why it's so important for us to maintain our own hobbies, like the ancient art of yoga. Personally, I'm real curious to find out what all of you have been up to, so let's throw it down to Casey on the deck plates. Casey, down to you.
Thanks, Michael. We're here with 883 Keith Cost. What are you doing to break up the monotony of deployment?
Definitely a lot of gym time. Spend about 2 hours in the gym during the day.
Usually I read a book from the library, or I get my iPad, I watch like my Game of Thrones or movies like that.
In the middle of the day, just kind of take off, go de-stress, go work out, run, do whatever you can do just to break up some little bit of time during the day.
You know, I kind of, every hour I'm like, okay, now it's time to read a book now, and I'll go and sit in the berthing a little bit, kind of get some fresh air.
I go to the gym. I try to go every day. I read after work, and we definitely have movie nights on Sundays, so those are fun.
So, so far in deployment, what's your favorite book that you've read?
Well, me, gym is always a good thing after work, but I'm also a gamer, so I game and I gym.
I can't say that book. I can't say that.
Is it 50 Shades of Grey?
It is 50 Shades of Grey.
That's one of my guilty pleasures, too.
I'd say, for the most part, go to the gym. For holiday routines, we'll watch movies and whatnot, For the most part, it's for the gym for me.
Gym time?
Go to the gym.
The gym.
Gym? Every day.
Well, I just got here a week ago, so it's not really that monotonous for me right now, but it's already starting to get monotonous. I like to play video games and watch Game of Thrones. Really learn anything I can about the shop and what my job's supposed to be. So
I'm working right now on forming a Ike Ships band.
Elaborate more?
It's going to be kind of a collective of musicians on board that will eventually learn a full set of either top 40, hip-hop, R&B, rock, soul.
I just try to keep myself focused on work, or, when I'm not at work, I try to distract myself,
All right. Thank you, Nathan. Back to you, Michael.
Help! 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 Just joshing you, everybody. I'm completely safe, well-fed, and handsome right here in the studio. But what if my situations were different? What if I was unsafe, unfed, but still handsome, but drowning in the middle of the ocean? Who would be there to save me? Well, I think I have the answer for you coming up next.
Sergeant swimmer is someone who goes flying, and when someone needs to be rescued, we jump out and pull them out of the water. For us in a normal SAR jumps training, we're back home, we're in an area where it's pretty controlled. There's no one going to be going in and out of it. It's not the open ocean. So these junior guys to get open ocean training is really good. It's something they won't get back home at all.
When the helo door opens and we're looking into the water ready to make that leap, what we feel is excitement. Excitement because here's a train that are finally being utilized. Once you hit the water, you feel an adrenaline rush because you want to try to go as fast and as smooth as you can in order to save this person's life.
You know, you can sit there and you can see for miles underwater pretty much. And like it's so blue and you're just like, what is swimming underneath me? What other sea life is around? You know, you don't have, you know, a control of like, we have safety boats when we're back home. If something happens, they can come get us, you know, just like that. Out here is, you're at the mercy of it getting that helo to you. So, you know, you just have to be on your toes at all times.
Every now and then, depending on the situation, we'll have to lower a swimmer via the hoist, and that could be due to any number of reasons, whether it's an extremely high sea state or if there's any debris in the water, which would be unsafe for us to deploy our swimmers the normal way. If I was put in the survivor's position and I saw the helicopter overhead coming to get me, I would have a feeling of extreme relief knowing that the United States Navy is coming to pick me up, because these guys are the experts at what they do.
And everything, like all the training that we were taught, you're like, man, do I remember this? Do I remember this? As soon as this happens, everything comes back. It's a rush of knowledge that just comes back into your head, and you're like, all right, I know exactly what to do. I know how to get this guy out safely. I'm not, you know, to mess this up.
Your training kind of kicks in, and you just get this guy onto the aircraft. That way we can transport him to the closest medical treatment facility. I don't think you really think about your actions until a couple days later when you're like, oh wow, that guy's alive, because you know, we went and did something about it.
Meet Stephen, handsome young sailor, bright-eyed, bushy-tailed, and not a care in the world. And why should he care? The upcoming advancement exam was going to be a breeze, right?
Yeah, no way, no. I mean, how could... To him, it seemed like everyone was passing. Everyone was getting their pros. He was just swept away by it. By the time we realized it was soon.
Stephen underestimated the advancement exams. He thought he could skate by and get along fine, just like he did in high school.
Stephen, well, yeah, you can't vary this, okay? He wasn't eating, he wasn't laughing or telling stories. He wasn't like Stephen anymore.
If only Stephen had... If only Stephen had... If only Stephen had studied harder, his worrisome tale of regret would instead be one of titillation. They say fortune favors the bold. I say fortune favors those who earn it.
Do it! Just do it! Don't let your dreams be dreams! Yesterday, you said tomorrow, so just do it! Some people dream about Eastwas. You're gonna wake up and do it! If you're tired of starting over, stop giving up! Just do it! Do it! Do it! Just do it! Stop giving up! Just do it! Do it! Do it!
Hey, it's Air Boss. I just want to give a shout out to my wife and my two amazing kids. We miss you, and I love you from the tower.
Hi there, my name is Kevin Davis, and I want to give a shout out to my wife Amy and my three sons Louis, Alfred, and Victor. Hi boys, I love you, and Amy, I love you very, very much. I will talk to you guys later.
Hi, I'm Mary Greenwich from Brooklyn, New York, and I want to give a shout out to my mom and my dad back home. Hi guys.
Hey, welcome back, everybody. So you know when you're out to sea and you sort of feel like you've been ignoring some old friends? Well, we here in IKE ON are kind of guilty of that ourselves. However, we're going to make amends for that right now. So coming up next is the great and powerful IKE Head.
I am the great and powerful IKE Head. Now ask me your questions and be enlightened.
Oh, great and powerful IKE Head. I've tried to take out plastic the past few days, and they're not taking it. What's going on?
Well, shipmate, with more than 5,000 sailors on board, sometimes the plastic can get backed up. But don't worry, we're pretty much always taking paper and metal. Mighty Ike, greener each day. Next question.
Oh, great and powerful IKE Head. What can I do to get people to submit ATRs on time?
The great and powerful IKE Head thinks that just reminding them that they can't transfer off the ship until they do is motivation enough. But for the life of me, I don't know why they'd ever want to leave. Next question.
Oh, great and powerful IKE Head, where can I get my social roster picture taken?
Pictures, you say? I think I know just the people that answer that question. Take it away, boys!
Here in the Eisenhower studio, you can get your pictures free. We're open Monday, Wednesday, Friday, from 8:30 to 10:30.
Da 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 da. Excellent song. The great and powerful IKE Head will take one more question.
Oh, great and powerful IKE Head, why do you sound different?
What do you mean the great and powerful IKE Head's voice sounds different? Are you implying my last voice actor left for a secret job at the Pentagon? I think I've said too much. There will be no more questions today. Back to you, Petty Officer Gendron.
Well, thank you, great and powerful IKE Head. And you know, there's one person on this ship who I hope their voice never changes, because it brings me so much joy and so much happiness. And here he is right now, the XO with today's X Overview.
All right, at this point in deployment, this is the longest that some of us have been to sea. And it's starting to bring on feelings of homesickness, missing your family and friends, and just wishing you could get off the ship. Well, that's all normal. But the way you deal with those feelings makes the difference between how the rest of deployment goes for you. This is a time where you should be really doubling down on in-rate qualifications, studying for your advancement exam, getting some college education, as well as working on your ESWS and EAWS qualifications. How you spend the rest of your time will make the difference between a successful deployment and 7 months in your wake. Back to you, Petty Officer Gendron.
Well, thank you, sir. And Ike, that's about all the time we have left for today. As always, I'm your host, Petty Officer Michael Gendron, signing out.
When I got up there and I saw all the people that was crowding around, it made me feel like I wasn't alone. It made me feel like I'm not the only person going through this. These other people experience the same hurt and pain that I've experienced as well. I worked for my sister's girlfriend who just recently passed away. I worked for my LPO from my first command, and I worked for my grandfather.
The Out of the Darkness walk was important to me personally. In my own experiences, I've dealt with suicide between my own mother and most recently my little brother just committed suicide 7 weeks ago. So it was really important for me to get out and show support for everyone who's lost loved ones. It's an extremely difficult time in their life, but suicide awareness is a subject that oftentimes is very difficult to talk about, and individuals sometimes don't talk about suicide up front. but it's a conversation that we need to have very active and honest conversations with our shipmates and friends to make sure that people understand what everyone else around them may be going through and understand the help and options that are available to them.
Suicide is one of those that people don't want to really talk about. Usually people talk about it after the fact, and that's what we're trying to prevent. Have this discussion, be more proactive, and have that conversation from the beginning. That yes, we understand that there's people out there who are suffering, and we care, and you're not alone, shipmate.